Love that network. Well, happening today, a bill created in honor of Sergeant Nick Risner could actually be one step closer to becoming a reality.
Wait 31's Luke Hydash is live this morning with what lawmakers in Montgomery are set to do. Luke.
Megan, Chris, today the Sergeant Nick Risner Act makes its way through the legislature one step closer to becoming a law. It's already been read to the full House, and today it heads to a subcommittee. To be more specific, the House Public Safety and Homeland Security Committee. They're a group of representatives hearing a lot of crime and gun-related bills. Now, the Nick Risner Act designed to block good time given to anybody who is convicted of a deadly crime. It's after police say Brian Martin shot and killed Sergeant Nick Risner and another man, William Mealback, back in October. Now, this bill already introduced in the House, sponsored by 18 representatives. It's already got a large showing of support. The bill could go to other subcommittees before making its way through the full legislature, eventually headed to, if it gets that far, the Governor Ivey's desk, and then signed into law. The hearing at that subcommittee is this morning down at the state capitol in Montgomery at 9 o'clock. Live in Huntsville this morning, Luke Hydash, Way 31 News.
Luke, thank you so much. Well, state lawmakers are also expected to take up a bill this session that would make it easier for people to get a gun. The new law would allow people to obtain pistols without a permit. Law enforcement officers across the state say they are not a fan of this bill. They say it would make their jobs harder and at times could be unsafe.
Well, new this morning, we're getting our first look at the man police say killed two officers at Bridgewater College yesterday. Virginia State Police say 27-year-old Alexander Wyatt Campbell shot and killed those two campus officers. He now is charged with several crimes, including 2 counts of capital murder. He is, no surprise, in jail without bond. And 2 people are in a Minnesota jail this morning after a shooting at a school there. Investigators say they killed 1 student and seriously hurt another. Now, those investigators also say they found the gun they believe was used in those shootings. That school, by the way, closed today while investigators try to piece together exactly what happened.
Happening right now, a murder suspect is on the loose. Morgan County investigators need your help finding this man, Andrea Shackleford. They say he walked off right before his trial. They said he was nowhere to be found when the jury walked in. Now, Shackleford is charged with killing his wife in 2017. If you have any information, call the Morgan County Sheriff's Office. Meanwhile, a Madison man accused of killing his wife earlier this week faces a new charge. Reese Jones now faces a capital murder of a person younger than 14 charge. We are working to learn where this charge came from. Jones also faces a murder charge after officers say he killed his wife on Philadelphia Drive Sunday.
Well, a former Huntsville police officer in prison for murder now wants a judge to overturn his murder conviction. William Darby's lawyers filed an appeal earlier this week asking for a new trial. Now, their appeal lays out 2 issues they believe affected the outcome of Darby's trial. Darby right now serving a 25-year prison sentence.
Happening now, police need your help identifying theft suspects. It happened at the Home Depot near Highway 72 and Lawson's Ridge Drive. Huntsville police say they want to question these 2 about stolen credit card information. If you have any idea, take a look at your screen. Any idea on who these people might be, call Huntsville police. 2 of 3 suspects accused of stealing big screen TVs from a Huntsville Walmart earlier this week are still on the loose. Huntsville police say they arrested Quantavious Hawkins and charged him with first-degree robbery. Now, police say Hawkins was the man that showed a pistol to a Walmart employee who asked him for a receipt when the men were leaving the store. But if you know where the other 2 suspects are, contact police.
We will learn more today about how Madison County leaders are faring in their fight against the pandemic. Reps from Huntsville Hospital, the Madison County Emergency Management Agency, and Alabama Department of Public Health will all offer a COVID update at noon. A reminder, Way 31 will carry that update for you live right here on air and also stream it live for you on our website, waytv.com.
Time is 6:38. The World Health Organization says an Omicron subvariant is quickly becoming the new dominant strain around the world. Health leaders say the BA2 strain is more contagious than the Omicron, but says it's no more severe than the original Omicron variant. They also say current vaccines appear to work against the new BA2 strain.
Well, kids under the age of 5 could soon be eligible for a COVID vaccine. Pfizer now asking for emergency use authorization for its vaccine for kids 6 months old to 5 years old. Health leaders say authorization for that age group could actually help bring the end to the pandemic.
getting those vaccines in arms is a critical part of helping both to prevent COVID among little kids and helping to move us all a little bit closer back to normal.
So a U.S. Food and Drug Administration committee is right now reviewing information and data from Pfizer regarding vaccines for that age group and plans to hold a meeting in 2 weeks to possibly reach an agreement on that. For the very latest on COVID vaccines, where you can get tested, where you can get vaccinated, be sure to head over to our website, WadeTV.com, or download our Wade 31 News app. Everything you need to know about the pandemic right there in the palm of your hand. Quick reference.
Happening today, Huntsville city leaders are hosting an announcement about a large event that will return to the Rocket City this spring. We know it's an athletic event on the national and international stage. The announcement is at 10 today at the AC Hotel in downtown Huntsville. And of course, Wade 31 will be there. We'll bring you the very latest both on air and online. Well, in Northwest Alabama, people in Florence will have to wait a few weeks to see what happens with the city's contract with Tatum Designs. We're not talking about Chris, don't worry. That is the design firm that created the city's new logo. And as you recall, a lot of backlash has been received from that logo. Well, the city council split a vote 3-3 on a resolution to terminate the city's existing contract with the design company. Because of the split vote, the resolution moves to a future city council meeting.
6:40 right now on this Wednesday morning. Another view of the Wade 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network shows that we're drying things out temporarily over northeast Alabama. Northwest Alabama, though, seeing a bit more widespread shower activity right now. That pocket of showers across much of Lauderdale County, northeastern Colbert County, right over Muscle Shoals, Tuscumbia, and Sheffield, too. Stretching down into Lawrence County, Town Creek, Hillsborough, Moulton. Yep, seeing a lot of rain right now. And that activity will continue to move to the north and east, not just today, but for the next couple of days. That's the main motion of all of this rain, southwest to northeast. And a lot of this rain, especially by tomorrow, will be training over the exact same spots. And that's a big reason why we have a flooding concern as we get towards Thursday. Our excessive rainfall outlook shows yellow colors, mainly east of I-65, so Athens, Decatur, Huntsville, Sand Mountain, Gadsden, and Coleman as well. And that's a level 2 risk to see that excessive rainfall and flash flooding. And we'll be watching that area in particular throughout the day tomorrow, when we expect to see more rounds of heavy rain and even a few thunderstorms that could cause some flooding too. So if we're at the bus stop this morning, make sure the kids have a raincoat or an umbrella. Temperatures in the low 50s right now. Won't warm up much today thanks to all of that rain and that cloud cover. 58 is our forecast high. Very gusty winds too, seeing those gusts around 35 miles per hour later on today. But our main concern is flooding. We're going to walk you through future radar hour by hour and talk about just how much rain you will see in just a few minutes.
Carson, thank you so much. Well, a man in Limestone County looking to rebuild.
What he has to say after a fire destroyed his business.
Coverage you can count on. You're watching Wade 31 Morning News with Megan Reyna, Chris Tatum, meteorologist Carson Meredith, and the Wade 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network.
Welcome back, 6:45, and happening now. 2 people are recovering after a house fire in Marshall County. Fire crews say it happened on Rush Circle. That's on Georgia Mountain Road in Gunnersville. No word yet on how that fire started. A business owner in Limestone County is looking to rebuild after a fire destroyed his store. This happened on Highway 53, just south of Cedar Hill Road. The owner says he was inside when a forklift caught fire. He says the past 24 hours have been a rush of emotions.
It's not something that happens overnight. You usually spend around 10 years on something like that. It was something that you kind of spend every dollar you have on it, but then again, in the end, everybody was okay, and we will prevail from this and make sure the public is happy with whatever happened.
And like you heard from that young man, everyone is okay. No one was hurt in this fire.
Well, new details this morning. Russia says the U.S. and NATO are disregarding its key concerns over building tensions along its border with Ukraine. Now, Russian President Vladimir Putin says his request for Ukraine not to be admitted to NATO has been largely ignored. Well, the White House says it will always support Ukraine's independence and believes the U.S. and Russia, can actually settle this conflict peacefully.
The door to diplomacy remains open. We don't know what decision President Putin will make.
Well, the U.S. Secretary of State says he wants to keep dialogue open with Russia, but has warned invasion of Ukraine would be met with severe consequences.
Happening today, Huntsville Animal Services has a special guest to predict the weather. Now,
that's not him.
That's not him. Puxatawny Phil did predict 6 more weeks of winter just about less than half an hour ago. But what will an adoptable puppy predict? Well, that pup will use its nose to determine whether or not we're getting 6 more weeks or an early spring. And that event is at 8 this morning on Huntsville Animal Services. Mayor Tommy Battle will also be there, and they'll also stream it live on Facebook.
I think that little guy's going to upstage Punxsutawney.
I mean, possibly. I can't wait to see that little adoptable puppy.
Same here.
Well, it's 6:47, and we want to check in with Carson again because he is keeping an eye on some flooding concerns.
Yeah, does that start today or into tomorrow, or is it a tomorrow concern?
Well, the rain is starting now, guys, but as far as flooding, that's more so of an issue tomorrow. But the rain's going to be pretty much nonstop over the next couple of days. On the Way 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network right now, east of I-65, actually getting a small break in the more widespread shower activity. Still some lingering drizzle here in Madison County, right over downtown Huntsville, actually. But let's go to northwest Alabama. That's where we're seeing a bit more widespread coverage in those showers right now. Much of Lauderdale County, Florence, Rogersville, down towards Cortland and Hillsborough and Town Creek and Lawrence County, even starting to make its way out of Muscle Shoals and Tuscumbia right now. That rain, another round of rain, is moving into Limestone County. So if you're in Athens along 65, US 31, going to start to see more raindrops over the next 15 to 30 minutes. Let's zoom this out a little bit. We've been talking a lot about this monster winter storm just now getting its act together. There it is. Now, this is actually all the rain we're seeing right now. This is thanks to this massive winter storm. Thankfully, we'll be on the warm side of it. Not expecting winter weather here at home, but you can see all of that snow stretching all the way to Albuquerque, New Mexico, all the way up to Toronto, Canada. This is a massive winter storm. You can see all those winter storm warnings in effect in those pink colors. And where you see this dark purple, by the way, so this stretches from Louisville, Kentucky down to Memphis, Tennessee. That is an ice storm warning. Those folks along the Ohio River can see upwards of a ½ inch of ice as we go through really the daytime hours tomorrow. But again, here at home, just focused on plain rain, but a lot of it. On the Way 31 Skycam Network, sponsored by Thompson Roofing and Construction. Obviously a very gloomy picture out there. Temperatures hovering in the low 50s right now, and thanks to that cloud cover and all of the rain throughout the day, we're not going to warm up a whole lot. I think those forecast highs wind up in the mid, maybe upper 50s when all is said and done today. So let's go through future radar. This data source doing a really good job of pinpointing wave after wave after wave of these showers all day. As far as the heavy rainfall potential, that starts around midnight tonight. That's when that flood watch goes into effect. You can see that first round of heavier rain moving in, according to this data source, around the midnight hour tonight. And by the time we get to the morning drive for your Thursday, we'll start to see even more waves of heavier rain that just will not go anywhere. And with all of these showers and these heavier downpours training over the same spots, that's where the flooding potential comes into play. In fact, as the actual cold front starts to make its way north Alabama tomorrow afternoon, we may have a lot line of thunderstorms develop, especially by 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. I'm not expecting these thunderstorms to be severe, but we could definitely see some gusts closer to 40 miles per hour on top of that heavier rainfall potential. And then by 7 o'clock tomorrow night, we finally start to see the rain come to an end. Unfortunately, our rainfall forecast has increased once again. Everybody looking at widespread amounts of 3 to 4 inches of rain, and you see these orange colors along the I-65 corridor. That's where we could see locally higher amounts closer to 4, maybe 5 inches just in the next couple of days. We're going to watch that flash flooding potential very closely, as well as those creeks and rivers. They will likely rise over the next few days. Once that front moves out, as you see on the 7-day forecast, temperatures crash on Friday to near 40, and we'll stay in the 40s close to 50 heading into next week.
All right, Carson, thank you so much. It is 6:51 right now on your Wednesday morning.
And up next is your Wave 31 Fastcast. Those headlines you must know as you head out the door. We'll be right back.
Coming up here on GMA, we are in the monster storm. Now, there's going to be a couple of pulses. Also, not just snow from here in Illinois through Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio, but back to Missouri, Arkansas, even Texas. We're talking about ice, and then it all moves into the Northeast, including that freezing rain. I'm going to be tracking it all coming up right here on GMA.
Welcome back. It is 6:55.
And time to get you ready to head out the door with these top headlines of the morning. First up, COVID briefing. Huntsville leaders will give us an update on the COVID pandemic today at noon. And Wave 31 will stream that live for you both here on air and on our website, wavetv.com.
Murder conviction appeal. Lawyers for ex-Huntsville police officer William Darby filed those documents yesterday. He is serving a 25-year sentence for murder.
Sergeant Nick Risner Act. Lawmakers will talk about that act during the state legislature today.
Search for a murder suspect. Morgan County investigators say Andrea Shackleford walked off before his trial this week.
That suspect search. Huntsville police say they want to talk to these people about stolen credit card information.
And theft suspects on the loose. Officers are still searching for 2 of 3 people they say stole TVs from Walmart earlier this week.
Well, a major announcement in Huntsville. It's today at 10 o'clock at the AC Hotel in downtown Huntsville. Leaders say it's a major athletic event.
Looking forward to that. Well, 6 more weeks of winter. That is what Puxatawny Phil, the world's most famous groundhog, predicted earlier this morning. Look at him.
Cutie.
And Huntsville Animal Services Groundhog Day, an adoptable puppy will use its nose to determine whether we will have 6 more weeks of winter or an early spring. So stay tuned.
And here in North Alabama, we're tracking plenty of rain on this Groundhog Day, especially west of 65 right now. Not expecting flooding concerns today. That'll be a different story later on tonight into Thursday. Everybody in North Alabama remains under that flood watch. We can see upwards of 3 to 4 inches of rain just in the next 2 days.
Thanks so much for joining us on this rainy morning, but we hope you stay dry out there and have a beautiful day.
Yeah, we've got news and weather updates for you every 30 minutes. Right now, Good Morning America is about to start. We'll see you back here shortly.
Well, they may say the same thing about me since I'm the teenage weatherman. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm the teenage weatherman. I've told you that story.
No.
Oh, I haven't?
Maybe I'm too tired.
Okay, I'm ready.
Stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good Wednesday morning, North Alabama. We are tracking rain on this. What? I said I was going to say Wednesday twice. My bad.
Take 2.
Sorry.
Stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good Wednesday morning, North Alabama. We are tracking rain moving in this morning, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Temperatures in the low 50s right now will not warm up much today, staying in the mid to upper 50s with the cloud cover and that rain not going anywhere. Look at future radar. See that more widespread rain arrives past sunset tonight, and then by Thursday, we start to watch the potential for very heavy rainfall throughout the entire day. Rainfall amounts around 3 to 4 inches will be possible over the next couple of days. That's what she said. Oh, that was on a hot mouth. Sorry.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Our first wave of rain is moving into North Alabama this morning, and that's going to be the storyline for the next 2 days. Tracking that chance around 80 to 100% for the rest of your Wednesday. Those high temperatures only in the upper 50s this afternoon. We're not too worried about flooding today. That's a different story later on tonight and throughout your Thursday as well. Everybody in our coverage area under a flood watch. We'll expect to see those rainfall totals on the order of 3 to 4 inches over the next